I am Reese Fulton,
I'm Thomas Mallett.
and we're doing our promotion story on teacher awareness. It's Thomas Mallard.
We're trying to raise awareness about teachers. So, what's your favorite thing about teaching?
My favorite thing about teaching is watching when that light bulb moment happens for a student, and when they get something, they get a concept, they figure out, wait, I am a writer. I am a great reader. I do like to read. I can do hard things. That's kind of I think right now, at this point in my career, that's my favorite thing.
So, what kind of impact do you think you have on your student lives? Will it be here in the future?
That's a big question. We wrote a discussion board recently talking about how you plant the trees years and years back, and then generations later, our future, they get to enjoy the shade. So, we kind of I talked about the impact that I have on students' lives, and the most important thing I want kids to walk away with is that you are loved, and that you can do it, and that you are smarter than you think you are. So I'm in year 18, so I have taught a lot of kids, and one of the most rewarding things for me right now is that I have students that I taught in my first year, my 5th year, my 10th year, my 12th year, 13, and we still stay in contact. They'll hit me up on Facebook, hey, Miss Riles, how are you? Can you read this paper? Or a couple of years ago, I had a knock on my door, and it was a student that I had taught my very first year. And he said, I looked at him and I went, I know you, but I've taught a lot of kids. He said, hey, Miss Riles, and he introduced himself. And he said, I was in town and I wanted to come by and tell you, thank you for being my teacher, and that you made an impact on my life. And of course, I ugly cried, because it was my first year, and wow, I always said the kids learned in spite of me, not because of me, because that first year is interesting.
What do you think is the hardest thing about being a teacher?
The hardest thing for me is when I see a student and I know that they have that potential and they don't get it. They don't get it, and they act like they don't care, but I know they do, because as teachers, we see the potential in you. But a lot of times you, as students, not you, Thomas, sometimes you just don't see the potential within yourself. You've sold yourself short. You've believed a lie that someone has told you that, no, you can't do this, you can't be that, when you can. But it takes a lot of hard work sometimes. To me, that's the hardest thing, and those are things that keep me up at night sometimes.
What makes you proud to be a teacher?
Oh gosh, I think all of that, but what makes me proud to be a teacher is that I have the opportunity to change, to be a small little pebble of change in a person's life every single day. And you have the opportunity to be that good change or that bad change, right? That's a huge responsibility. But that's something to really, really, really take very seriously and be proud of. I'm proud to be a teacher. I love teaching. It's my jam. It's what I do. And we need more teachers. We're in a teacher shortage. Mississippi is in a huge teacher shortage. We need more teachers, and we need teachers who are passionate and who are going to come in and who are going to love what they do. And on the hard days, you might cry a little bit or whatever, but you know what? You get up the next morning and you remember that you have the opportunity to positively impact life or negatively.
Yeah. Y'all finna walk through, or y'all staying down there? Y'all gonna stay down there, or y'all finna walk through? This face. It's for you.
No, I wanted you to say something nice as my intro.
I'm here with the fabulous Miss Jenny Viles, teacher of Teacher Academy. Even though I never had her, I hear she's a wonderful teacher. Now, we have a couple questions to ask you. What is your favorite thing about teaching?
Before we begin, Thomas, didn't you spend about 3 weeks in my classroom last semester? My favorite thing about teaching, I really love watching kids figure things out and watching them have fun and be inspired in the classroom.
What impact do you think you have on your student lives?
What impact? I hope I have a positive impact, and I hope that they know that I love them and care about them and that I want the best for them.
What is the hardest thing about teaching?
The hardest thing is when you feel like you're really struggling with getting the kids where they need to be with the material and the curriculum in your classes. And sometimes when you watch them go through things in their life that are painful, those are really hard times as a teacher.
What makes you proud to be a teacher?
Well, I'm proud when I see my students who are successful and they're able to go on and have successful lives. That makes me really proud.
I'm here with Miss Viles' class. We would like to ask y'all a couple questions about her. First question: what is your favorite thing about that?
Man, she nice. She got a good vibe. She fun, and she made me laugh a lot.
You know, great teacher, great environment.
I'm not good at this stuff. I don't know, I guess it's just like the class is different from most other classes, so it's refreshing to be able to go in there compared to the other ones.
Well, if you really want to know, the thing I like about Ms. Val is that she really interests in her students and she gets to know us about our personal stuff, and she really helps us. She gives us good advice. She helps us study if we need to study. She gives us time to do stuff and listen and learn. She helps us with our like outside of school stuff, like if we got something going on outside at the high school, she helps us with that too. So, you know, that's all.
I'm here with Miss Viles' class, and we would like to ask y'all a couple questions about Miss Viles. How does she motivate y'all every day?
She pushes us, you know, with our work. She helps us.
She gives us a lot of pep talks. She makes sure we're always good, and she just shows us a lot of love. This is our second home.
Well, Ms. Val is like one of the only teachers that I will listen to good advice from, because sometimes she puts her own advice giving stuff. I'm feeling like, you know how if you went through it, she would a life experience advice. I say that. And then she always says like the power of yet is not that you can't do it, you just haven't done it yet. So that's my favorite one. So.
I think what motivates me most about this class is just in general the lessons that we learn throughout it and how it applies to our lives, and it really puts, I guess, perspective on our growth and how we can develop and just get better over time.
I'm here with Miss Kincaid, and we're going to be interviewing her about teacher awareness. So, Miss Kincaid, what's your favorite thing about being a teacher?
Oh man, the students. I enjoy just working with a diverse group of young people. I have future comedians, future lawyers, future doctors, politicians, just athletes, and just so many different students every day and every year. Y'all make my job so much fun that I enjoy coming to work. So it's the students. If it weren't for you guys, I probably wouldn't enjoy it as much.
How do you encourage or motivate your students?
Man, I'm constantly telling them that they can do whatever they want to do, letting them know that they have the ability to be successful. They call it preaching. So every class period, I probably preach to them for about 5 minutes about life, and I tell them the truth about life, and I let them know that no one owes them anything, that it's their responsibility to go out and make the world what they want it to be. So I never lie to them. I try to encourage them, be truthful to them, but I always motivate them. And redirect them. And sometimes redirecting means, you know, fussing at them a little bit, but a caring person, that's what they're supposed to do.
What's the hardest thing about being a teacher?
I think the hardest thing about being a teacher is probably the different changes that occur that have nothing to do with the school, nothing to do with the students, but it always comes down to The stressors that are on us. Every year it seems like they move the hurdle. You know, your kids are jumping over the hurdle just fine, and then as soon as the kids are jumping over the hurdle, somebody says, okay, well, we're gonna raise it like this. And so that's the hardest thing. And then keeping kids motivated when they see themselves doing so well, and then all of a sudden somebody tells them they're not good enough. And also probably seeing students who are not reaching their potential. It's very difficult to want more for your students than they sometimes want for themselves. So that's really difficult.
Well, you need to come over.
I know I take up 2 spaces.
More like 4.
How does Miss Kincaid impact y'all's lives?
She's a very motivative person doing reading and taking tests.
She keeps everything positive.
She tells us a lot of life stories that helps us for our future and stuff like that.
What is your favorite thing about Miss Kincaid?
She funny. She can make her laugh and keep stuff real.
I was gonna say the same thing, but I will.
Oh yeah, she really funny. She keeps everything 100 for everybody. She ain't afraid to speak her mind.
I'm Thomas Mallet,
I'm Maurice Fulton.
and this will conclude our podcast about teacher awareness.